All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about the 9 ways to become a handsome, jacked, dangerous, masculine man. I'm going to be touching on things like Looksmaxxing Bodygame, Nofap, monk mode, all those good things when it comes to being a handsome, jacked, dangerous, masculine man. Now, before we hop into the video, if you want to maximize your looks, if you want to become the most handsome and attractive version of yourself, and if you want to start attracting women to you on autopilot, or you want to attract your dream girl and have a thriving dating life, then I would highly suggest that you check out the IAB training linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. This is the exact framework that men are using every single day to not only become the most handsome, attractive versions of themselves, but have a thriving and successful dating life. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's hop into number 1. So if you want to put on size, if you want to get jacked, then you absolutely have to go on a lean bulk. That's going to be the best way to go about putting on actual lean muscle mass. And the whole goal with the lean bulk is that you want to pack on muscle with minimal fat gain, because you want to be able to put on size, you want to be able to put on muscle, but still be able to maintain your aesthetics and not put on a whole bunch of unnecessary fat. Because if you do, then when it comes down to leaning down and cutting, you're just gonna have to spend more time, effort, and energy getting rid of unnecessary body fat that you didn't need to put on in the first place, if that makes sense. So what I would suggest that you do, and this is exactly what I did to go from 150 pounds to 170 pounds of lean muscle mass, is I would aim to eat in a 500 calorie surplus on your lifting days, and then a 100 calorie surplus on your non-lifting days. Now, just to give you a little bit more context behind that, I lift anywhere from 2 to 3 days a week, and when I was lean bulking, I was only lifting 3 days a week. So 3 days out of the week, I was eating in a 500 calorie surplus. And then on the 4 days where I wasn't lifting, I was eating in just a 100 calorie surplus. And this was just enough calories for me to gain half a pound of muscle per week, which is how much muscle you're actually gonna be able to put on naturally without getting a whole bunch of fat. So understand that depending on how many days a week that you lift, you're gonna have to be in a 500 calorie surplus on your lifting days, and then a 100 calorie surplus on your non-lifting days. And then when it comes to your daily protein intake, you should be intaking anywhere from 0.8 grams to 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight max. That's what I did. And like I said, you'll be adding around a half a pound of muscle per week. Now, if you're seeing that you're gaining more than half a pound a week on the scale, then I would decrease your calories anywhere from 100 calories to 200 calories. Now, if you're seeing that you're gaining less than half a pound per week, then I would increase your calories by 100 to 200 calories. But at the end of the day, if you actually want to put on lean muscle mass, if you actually want to get jacked while still maintaining your aesthetics and not putting on unnecessary amounts of body fat, then the lean bulk is the way to go using this protocol. So that's the first thing. Moving on to number 2 is that you want to learn a martial art and become a dangerous man, right? So if you want to be a capable man, if you want to be a man that can defend himself, protect himself and others, and be able to physically defend himself if he has no choice, right? Don't go looking for fights, only resort to having to physically defend yourself if you have no choice but to do so, then you definitely want to learn a martial art, because martial arts is one of the best ways to toughen you up physically and for sure mentally, and embrace your masculinity. And I would suggest that you take up any type of martial art like boxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, wrestling, MMA, etc., right? All these are great martial arts that are actually going to be efficient and practical when it comes to learning how to defend yourself. And ideally, if you can, if you have the time and if you have the financial capability to do so, I would take up a striking art and a grappling art. Like for me, I do Muay Thai, which is a striking art, and I do Jiu-Jitsu, which is a grappling art. The reason why I would suggest that you take on 2 is that you're going to be able to cover your stand-up game and you're going to be able to cover your ground game. So that way you're pretty much covering your bases there. And then of course you can always do MMA, but personally what I noticed that worked for me was that I did Jiu-Jitsu first, and then a little bit after I started Jiu-Jitsu, maybe like a month or 2, that's when I started to do Muay Thai. And then from there, I started to do some MMA classes, and I found that my Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu were able to carry over pretty well. And I have noticed that there are quite a bit of differences and nuances when it comes to MMA versus maybe doing a striking and grappling art like a Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu together. But nevertheless, if you can, I would try to do a striking art and a grappling art at the same time. It may seem like you can't learn both at the same time, but you definitely can, since a striking art and a grappling art are going to pretty much be 2 different types of martial arts, right? Now, if you're one of those people who can only do one martial art, if you're asking me what I would suggest for you, I would suggest a grappling art. That's just my personal choice. I've always liked jujitsu. I always thought that jujitsu was cool. But the reason why I suggest it, and this is just my own anecdotal experience, but quick story time, when my school that primarily teaches Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, and boxing, when they were starting up their MMA classes, there were a couple of Muay Thai guys who strictly did Muay Thai and didn't do Jiu-Jitsu. And when it came down to sparring in those MMA classes, I was sparring some Muay Thai guys. Now, if it was just Muay Thai versus Muay Thai, they would have wiped the floor with me easily. But since it's MMA, different martial arts are going to be incorporated. It's not just stand up, but you can actually do takedowns, you can do throws and take people to the ground. Now there's more martial arts that are involved, right? So therefore I was able to use my jujitsu. And I noticed that when I went up against the Muay Thai guys, I was able to do pretty well against them simply because I had that grappling experience and I had that grappling skill under my belt. And that's what made the biggest difference when it came to me sparring them. Because like I said, if it was just Muay Thai, if it was just striking for striking, they would have wiped the floor with me. But because I was able to use grappling and use jujitsu to my advantage, I was able to do pretty well with them and I was able to win a lot of those rounds. So that's just my own anecdotal experience. I think there's a lot that you can do in terms of options and just being able to control somebody without causing a lot of physical harm in case that you need to defend yourself, but you don't want to cause physical harm to someone at the same point and get yourself in trouble. I think grappling is a great martial art to learn in that regard, but that's just my personal preference. That's my personal opinion. Roll with the martial art that you have the most interest in, that sticks out to you, that you can see yourself doing and sticking to for a long time. What I would suggest that you do is find a martial art that you want to do, right? Do some research on the martial arts that I talked about and look up some YouTube videos, do some research, and then find a gym that's near you, that's highly rated, like 4.5 to 5 stars, and then go check that gym out, right? See if they have a 7-day pass or at least a 1-day pass where you can take a class for free. Try it out, see if you like it. And if you do, then of course stick with it and stick with that martial art. That way you can learn how to actually defend yourself. And not only will you learn how to defend yourself physically, but martial arts is one of the best ways to develop confidence within yourself and self-assurance that you are a capable man and you can protect yourself if you need to. So that's number 2, learn a martial art and become dangerous. And then moving on to number 3, quit alcohol, weed, and drugs. Because guys, at the end of the day, like all these poisonous vices are holding you back from being the absolute best version of yourself, right? Like you're literally shortening your lifespan and accelerating your death the more that you consume these poisons. And it's hard to be a masculine man when alcohol lowers your testosterone levels and it actually raises your estrogen levels. And I know you're probably going to be around friends and family that drink and may even encourage you to drink. But honestly, like in my opinion, there's no benefit from drinking. I really don't think there's any type of benefit from drinking. I never truly enjoyed drinking. I only did for social reasons and even when I went on dates. But every time I would drink, I would feel like crap physically and mentally. I would feel guilty for drinking because I knew it wasn't good for me. I would hate spending all this money just to not feel good after I drank. I would wake up with a hangover. My voice would be gone. Like I would just feel groggy and lazy for like the next 2 days. Like I just never got any benefit from drinking personally. And I never got into smoking weed or doing drugs at all. But if you're smoking weed and doing drugs, eliminate all this stuff, man, because there's no way that you're going to be a handsome, jacked, dangerous, masculine man and ultimately be the best version of yourself if you're consuming all these things, man. Like you know and I know that these things are holding you back. So it's best to stop them now while you can. And I know some people are going to be like, Jordan, like when I go on dates with women, if they find out that I don't drink, aren't they going to think I'm weird or aren't I going to lose out on dating options because I don't drink? And here's my thing, man. If a girl is really into you, not only is she not going to care that you don't drink, but she's actually going to be impressed by that. She's actually going to look up to you and respect you because you're somebody that actually takes care of their health. You value your body, right? You value your body like a temple. And it also showcases that you have self-discipline and control, right? Which women love that because that tells them that you are a masculine man and that you are a leader and that you actually value yourself, which means that you're also going to value her. And I'll go on dates with women and just order a mocktail just to make it seem like I'm a part of the experience with them as far as drinking, but I just won't drink any alcohol and they're cool with it. I've never had any girl give me any issue or have any problem with me not drinking. And like I said, a lot of these girls find it impressive and they'll even tell me that they're trying to quit drinking or that they don't drink a lot too. So if a girl's really into you, man, and she's feeling you, she's not going to have a problem with you not drinking alcohol. And matter of fact, she's actually going to find that pretty attractive and respect that because you have self-control and you value yourself and you value your health, and most people don't. So keep that in mind as well. But that's number 3. Moving on to number 4, man. Go on Nofap, right? Practice Nofap, or as some people say, monk mode, and make it a lifestyle, right? Get rid of the dirty websites and make Nofap a lifestyle. And here's something to think about, is that a man who can control his sexual urges and desires is a focused, disciplined, and dangerous man. Because if you can control your sexual urges, because sexual energy is the strongest energy, especially when biologically we are meant to reproduce. That is our biological purpose, which is to reproduce. And if you're able to control that energy and control that desire and those urges, you are going to be a very successful man in whatever you do, right? Because you are able to control the strongest energy there is, which is, again, sexual energy. And this is just another way to embrace your masculinity, have more focused aggression as far as channeling your aggression towards the gym, your goals, being more productive, right? Making more money, being more ambitious, climbing up the career ladder and improving in your field, depending on what it is that you do for work, right? There's so many different ways that you can be successful when you're channeling that aggression to serve you and not harm you or not harm other people. And you're just going to have more drive. You're going to have more testosterone. You're just going to feel like more like a man. You're going to feel like a lion that is leading his pack, that is on the hunt. You know what I mean? And this right here is actually a screenshot where I recently hit the 4-year milestone of being on Nofap. And I'm actually going to make a separate video about this and about the benefits I've experienced for being on Nofap for over 4 years now. But I started on the 30th of March, 2020. So I'm going to be making a separate video about this, but I'm telling you, like, I've only experienced amazing life-changing benefits since I've been on Nofap for the past 4 years. And Nofap has definitely helped me when it came to packing on lean muscle mass, helping me improve my looks, being more of a dangerous man in terms of channeling that aggression when it comes to martial arts and lifting, and just overall being a lot more masculine and stepping into my masculinity even more. So that's number 4, making Nofap or monk mode a lifestyle and getting rid of the dirty websites once and for all, and more so being able to control your sexual urges, because again, a man that can control his sexual urges is a focused, disciplined, and dangerous man in a positive way, and can really do anything that he wants in life. So that's number 4. Moving on to number 5. Looksmaxxing and Bodygame. So of course, if you're going to become the most handsome and attractive version of yourself, then yeah, bro, of course, you definitely have to have some type of looksmaxxing protocol and start to dial in your physique so that you can practice Bodygame, which Bodygame is just a way of standing out to women primarily and being able to attract them physically because of your physique, but also standing out to people in general, getting the respect of men, right? Having maybe that a little bit of an intimidation look to you. That way men aren't going to try to test you, right? But more so they're going to respect you and maybe even want to be friends with you. But I would suggest that you develop some type of self-care routine, like a skincare routine, a grooming routine, get haircuts regularly every 2 to 3 weeks. And I know I did talk about packing on lean muscle mass and going on a lean bulk at the beginning of this video, especially if you want to be jacked. But as the name implies, the lean bulk, you're still going to be lean. So if you're going to be lean, your face is going to look a lot better, right? Your cheekbones are going to show more, your hollow cheeks are going to show, your jawline is going to be a lot sharper, but also your body is going to look a lot more proportionate, right? The goal is to achieve that V-shaped physique. So you want to have the broad shoulders, built upper chest, a wide back, a slim waist. You want to have 6-pack abs. You want to have a thick neck, big traps, big arms. And yes, you want to have sleek, proportionate, strong legs. But if you are able to looksmax and become the most handsome, attractive version of yourself facially, and if you're able to achieve that V-shaped physique where it's lean, it's strong, it's masculine, and it's aesthetic, like, bro, you're definitely going to be the most handsome, attractive version of yourself. And then from there, I would focus on developing your own unique fashion and style. Like, you want to wear clothes that are tailored and are fit to your body and are actually going to insinuate your body, which is only going to make you stand out even more. And if you don't know where to start, if you don't know where to begin as far as developing your own style and really starting to create your own look to you, especially after you looksmax and you dial in your physique and you practice Bodygame, what I would suggest that you do, man, is that you just go on Instagram or you go on Pinterest and find men who look similar to you, man, right? Find your phenotype. And your phenotype is just simply someone that has the same features as you as far as your facial features, similar hair type, they are the same race as you, similar body type, like basically finding people that look similar to you. Look up handsome men men that fit your phenotype, look at their fashion, look at their style, look at the way that they style their hair, their grooming, all that, and model after them. Because if you model after success instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, then you're only going to get the same type of successful results. So that's what I would suggest that you do. But if you're going to become the most handsome, attractive version of yourself, you definitely have to have a Looksmaxxing protocol and dial in your physique, achieve that V-shaped physique, and practice body game, which I have a bunch of videos about that. So feel free to go through my YouTube channel to figure out more in-depth strategies and protocols and frameworks that I use to Looksmax and practice body game. But I also show you how to do that in depth, and I reveal the secrets that myself and men have used when it came to become the most handsome and attractive version of ourselves using IAB, which again, you can check out that free training link down below after this video. So that's number 5. Moving on to number 6, meditate, man. So meditation allows you to clear your mind, and it helps you become a lot more calm and stoic. And that's the thing, man, like when you meditate, at least for me, I'm able to reflect on my problems, and I can actually start to put together a plan to solve those problems, which as masculine men by nature, we are problem solvers, right? That's one of our masculine traits, which is to problem solve. And there are many different ways to meditate, right? There are ways to meditate in the sense of not thinking of a thought, just trying to clear your mind, but also allowing your thoughts to pass. And instead of attaching yourself to them, instead of reacting to those thoughts, just viewing those thoughts as clouds that are just passing by. Like you see those clouds passing by, but you're not really attaching any emotion or any identity or any thought to those thoughts. But what I've seen personally is I just allow my mind to just really think. I allow myself to really think. I allow myself to think of things that are going on and just give myself time and my mind time to really reflect on things that are going on with me mentally and really key in on certain things that maybe I need to bring more attention to. And that way I'm aware of what those things are and I can start to problem solve. That's my way of meditating, is more so giving myself time to reflect on things that are going on, reflect on my thoughts, not necessarily identifying with them or attaching myself to them or getting very amped up about them, but just recognizing, okay, I'm having this thought, or okay, I need to maybe focus more on this after I get done meditating. And then that's when I can start to problem solve and focus on things in my life that need more attention. And you're going to find that the more that you meditate, the more that you're going to become more of a calm and centered man. And you're not going to be as reactive to people or to situations, but you're going to actually be able to respond to people and situations with clarity and logic, which is only going to make you more of a masculine and stoic man. So what I would suggest that you do, man, is try to meditate for 5 minutes a day. And then each week, increase the minutes by 5 minutes. So let's say for the first week, you meditate for 5 minutes. The second week, you do 10 minutes. The third week, you do 15. The fourth week, you do 20 minutes, right? And then keep working your way up to a certain amount of minutes per day that you can meditate until you just can't meditate longer than whatever that time is for you. Maybe you cap out at 30 minutes a day. That's totally fine, man. If you're meditating for 30 minutes a day and you're doing that every single day for a total year, that's definitely going to stack up over a period of time. So that's what I would suggest that you do, is start actually meditating every single day. Start small and then work your way up in terms of how long you meditate each and every single day. So that's number 6. Moving on to number 7, man, read and journal. So this is actually going to be in line with meditating, but reading and journaling will also help you clear your mind and allow yourself to mentally decompress and relax your mind and relax your body. And although reading and journaling will help you relax your mind, you're also going to be exercising and strengthening your mind by gaining new knowledge when you read and gain new ideas. And when it comes to journaling, like meditation, journaling will allow you to take all of your thoughts out of your head and brain dump them on a piece of paper and just start to write out what you have going on in your head, right? What's going on in your life, what's going on in your work life, your dating life, your business life, your career life, all of these things that you have going on in your head and just overall going on in your life. You can take all of those things out of your head, put it on a piece of paper, allow yourself to visually see what you have going on in your head by putting words to paper. And if there are problems that you need to solve, or there are things that you need to reflect on more, now you can do so with more clarity and more focus because you have those words on paper. And similarly to solving math problems, you're just going to be able to solve your life problems through words, right? And I've just found that the more I've read, the more I've journaled, the more clear-headed, the more calm, and just the overall more aware and present I become. Like meditation will definitely make you present too, but I've noticed that reading and journaling have also helped me be more present in my life. So what I do is I personally read 30 minutes a day, and then I journal for 20 minutes a day, and then I'm meditating for 10 minutes a day right now. So that's just a total hour of reading, journaling, and meditating, and just simply working out my mind. So that's what I would suggest that you do, is read for 30 minutes a day if you are able to, and then journal for 20 minutes a day. Or if you can only dedicate, let's say 10 minutes to reading and then 10 minutes to journaling a day, that's fine. Just work your way up if you're able to in terms of how long you read and how long you journal. But like I said, that's what I do personally. I read for 30 minutes a day and then I journal for 20 minutes a day. So that's number 7. Moving on to number 8 is just take on more risk and challenges, man. So risk and challenges, no matter what they are, no matter how big or small they are, they're always going to make us stronger, masculine, and just overall better men. Because at the end of the day, challenges aren't there to make you run away from them, but to actually embrace them. Those are opportunities to prove to yourself, more importantly, who you are, and that you are the man that maybe you say you are, or maybe the man that you believe you are. Those challenges, those risks truly allow you to put yourself to the test and again, prove to yourself that you are who you believe you are, or even who you want to become. So with that being said, I'm sure there are risks and challenges that you're avoiding, right? Think about those things right now. Where are those challenges? Where are those risks? Where are those steps that you're afraid to take? Whatever those things are, man, take them on full throttle with 100%. Do everything that you can to destroy those challenges, to destroy those risks, right? Because again, no matter how big or small they are, they're going to make you a better man. And I used to run away from challenges. I used to run away from risk. But what I've realized more specifically through martial arts, bringing it back to martial arts, especially when you're first starting out doing something like Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu and you're brand new to it and you're sparring for the first time and people are just making work of you, which by the way, I meant to say this earlier, ease your way into sparring. Like your coach will ease you into sparring and your training partners aren't going to go hard on you, especially if you go to a good gym of good people. They're not going to go crazy on you. But I've noticed that when I first started sparring, and even now, I'm always reminded that the challenges and the harsh conditions and obstacles is what makes us stronger and actually sharpens us, right? That's what I've noticed from sparring with high ranked belts or high level Muay Thai fighters, that the more I spar with them and I put myself in those challenging situations and those challenging rounds, even though I may get my ass kicked, I'm still getting better from those ass kickings. I'm still becoming a better fighter myself. I'm becoming better physically, skill wise, technique wise, mentally, right? I'm overall just becoming a better man. And that's the same thing when it comes to taking on any challenge or any risk in your life, that although it can be scary and it's going to make you uncomfortable, it's going to allow you to become a better man at the end of the day, a better and stronger man mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. So whatever challenges that you're running away from or you're scared to confront, and you need to not only confront them, but embrace them and take them on, again, 100%, definitely take on those risks, man. Definitely take on those challenges, because they're only going to make you a better man. And I promise you, you are going to get the very thing that you want. You're going to get the very desired result and outcome that you want out of life when you tackle those risks and challenges. So that's number 8. And then moving on to number 9 is start a business or a side hustle and become a sovereign man. So if I were you, man, focus on building a side hustle or a business outside of your 9-to-5 job, right? And even if it's just a side income, maybe you don't want to build an actual full-time business, but you do want to bring some more income on the side in addition to your 9-to-5 job, that's just as fine. But knowing how to make money on your own just simply gives you more control, leverage, and reassurance that in case something ever happens, you're going to be fine because you know you have the ability to make money. And what I would suggest that you do is just think about what you're naturally good at as far as skills go, right? Think about problems that you've solved in your life that you can help other people solve as well. For example, for me, the problem that I solved for my body was that I was a skinny, out of shape, weak, young kid. And then I was able to pack on lean muscle mass and be able to build a aesthetic, strong, masculine body, right? That's a problem that I solved for myself that I could help other men do. And that's one of the things I actually do, right? So with that being said, that's a problem that I've been able to solve for myself. And I can actually charge money to show other men how they can build a lean, strong, masculine, aesthetic physique. So that's an example for me, right? So whatever that would look like for you, again, focus on a problem that you solved for yourself that other people are struggling with, that you could charge money for, and you can create a service, right? Let's just say you wanted to create an online fitness business where you're doing one-to-one coaching online, or you want to create a fitness course to help other men get in the best shape of their life, right? I'm just using the fitness example because it's very easy to understand. Everybody gets it. At the end of the day, create some type of product or service around your expertise, and your expertise is just the very thing that you've been able to solve as far as the problem in your life and get the desired outcome and results that you wanted did, well, whatever that problem is that other people are facing, they more than likely want those same desired results and outcomes that you've been able to achieve. So whatever that is, create a product, create a service around it, and start selling it, man. And the best way to do this, in my opinion, is by creating a personal brand and building an audience of people who know, like, and trust you, that look at you as an authority that you can provide value to, and start selling to them. Because this is truly the key to making money in 2024 and beyond. This is the best way of making money. Because if you think about it, there's really three main things that you need if you want to make money. You need a personal brand, you need an audience of people that you can sell to, and then you need a product that you can sell them. If you have those three things, you have a personal brand that people know, like, and trust, that they align themselves with you. You have an audience of people that you can provide value to. Maybe you can make YouTube videos for, you can create content for, providing tips, strategies, knowledge on whatever it is that you want to provide value on, whether it's fitness, it's business, it's dating, whatever it is. But you have some type of platform that you can create content and provide value to your audience. So not only can you build that audience, but you can get them to know, like, and trust you and build a relationship with you. Because then once you do that and you have a product that you can sell them that is obviously related to whatever it is that the value is that you are providing them, and then you sell that product or sell that service to them, that's how you make money, man. And like I said, you don't have to build a full-time business if you don't want to. But I will say this, like, it really feels good knowing that you can make money outside of working a 9-to-5. Because I haven't worked a 9-to-5 since May of 2019. And the last job I worked was stocking shelves at Target overnight. And I was working at Target for 3 years at that point. I was working from April 2016 all the way up to May 2019. And I haven't worked a traditional 9-to-5 job since. Again, learning how to make money, whether it's a side hustle to your main 9-to-5 job, or even just creating your own online business and whatever it is that you want to do. I would suggest that you do an online business just because it's a lot easier to start. You can make money a lot sooner. I'm not saying get rich quick or anything like that. Don't do a get rich quick scheme, which there really isn't one. But I would suggest that you do an online business just because it's a lot more easier. There's lower barrier to entry in terms of expenses and overhead costs and all that. And it's just going to be a lot easier for you to connect with people, to reach people, build an audience, build a following, build a personal brand, create an online product around some type of knowledge of your expertise that you can sell to those people based on a problem that you've solved in your own life, that you can now help people not only solve that problem, but achieve a desired outcome, and then create a product and service around whatever that is and start to sell it to them. So that's what I would suggest that you do, because when you know how to make money on your own, independent of a 9-to-5 job, you're going to just feel more of a masculine, sovereign man that can take care of himself. Let's say that your job lets you go randomly, because it happens, right? Let's say that your job unexpectedly lets you go, but you have a side income bringing in revenue for you, bringing you in money every single month. That's going to give you some reassurance that not only can you still pay for your bills and cover yourself, but now you can actually spend more of that time, turn that side hustle into your main hustle and making even more money because you have the knowledge and the skill set to do so. So that's something that I would encourage you guys to learn more about, because again, it's just going to make you become more of a sovereign and masculine man. So with that being said, guys, again, if you want to become the most handsome and attractive version of yourself, if you guys want to learn how to achieve all this a lot more in depth, then I would highly suggest that you check out that IAB training linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. If you got a lot of value from this video, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.